Greetings, my fellow survivors. Rodamon here. Thank you for tuning in to Stranded Alien Dawn Desertum. Episode 4, CPU Cores. The sky heard me that I was running out of salvage and dropped some on my head. Seems you're right. So how much beer? 8 beers? Really? That's it? Woo! Beer. A whole 8 of them. So generous. I'm going to raise the T-Ball TQ up way higher. And then maybe... yeah. Just so that we have tea in stock. Because that's something that we haven't had in a bit. And it really is a good mood boon. And pretty inexpensive, too. I might need to micromanage Han. Because it seems like he'd rather shoot things than butcher them. I'll keep an eye on it. Guys, it's 8 in the morning. You're all drinking the ale. Okay, the ale's gone. I guess I can store the ales on this shelf. The 0 that we have left, because they all just, like, chugged it. Yeah, okay. I was right. He's going to go hunt a new animal rather than butcher the last one. If you're wondering, it's the same task. Hunting and butchering is the same activity. He's just choosing to shoot things, because, you know, he's a bit of a cowboy. So, I guess, despite the fact that I made a pretty good case of not building a battery, I am going to build a battery. Stick that here. And I think what I'm going to try to do, not that it's necessarily going to work, but I do have a decent amount of stone and I can get more stone pretty easily, is... nah, I'm going to wait until I have concrete. I was going to make a fence, but I'm only going to be tearing the fence down. Okay, dude. It's kind of ridiculous. Reminds me of that Simpsons episode where they, like, hunt the buffalo to extinction. And just have like a mountain of skulls. Han comes with built-in VATS. That's what's going on here. He's just like queuing up the headshots. 1, 2, 3, 4, and do. Done. Makes hunting pretty easy. Pretty easy. What is his shooting skill though? 2? Oh man, alright. So he actually doesn't fight well in a real fight. And it... unless I made him melee, he's gonna have a really hard time building up his combat skill. Because he's not interested in it. And because he murders everything in one shot, he doesn't train it very effectively. So he hunts really good, but he fights terribly. AKA, I need to get Emmeline a gun soon. Is the TLDR of that. What is going on with my, like, my CPU cores, man? I just can't seem to trigger the event to give me them. I'll send Quinn on another expedition tomorrow, trying to encourage it. And also, unpause the tailoring. Because Simon's been researching, and it would be good for me to tailor instead. Very soon, I'm going to have the resources to do leather stuff. Because I have a lot of hides from Han's hunting. Delivery is... yeah, okay. Yeah, I shouldn't have it on 1. I don't think it's been a problem because I haven't really been resource farming. But yeah, let me take that off. Unintended. Okay, people are happy. Happy and productive. So once Quinn, all right, he's done. Let's send him out. I guess I'll explore again, because the cruise ship debris was not all that interesting last time I went out. And he explores really, really quick, so it should be a expedient round trip. Now that I have salvaging spaceship debris, I'm going to queue the spaceships around me to be salvaged, and that might also yield way more useful resources that I didn't have available to me previously, like more electrical components, which are a little bit tricky and expensive to manufacture, or CPU cores, maybe? We'll see. Circular trees, surrounded by light mist. Tingling feeling in your stomach. Okay, let's go. And it was... made him feel happy. A little catharsis trip. I mean, it's for 19 days, so it's not... It's good, but, like... I'm using my liquid fuel that I salvaged to make him happy. This is just huffing with extra steps. And no, don't huff fuel. That's a joke. I'm gonna stop scavenging the ships that I have so I can start salvaging them instead. You found a Zen garden, yeah, more or less. All right, let's go again. I'm not gonna send anyone to the Mystical Grove. If I sent someone with high physical skill, I could get more cruise ship debris from it, but that's probably not going to give me what I want, so I'm going to just do another exploration. Oh, a dust storm. Well, I don't have solar panels, so I kind of don't care. I am being warned about old equipment. So Simon's going to spend a lot of time tailoring. And then also I'm going to start to queue up leather coats. And shoes. In fact, I probably want shoes soon. I'm going to do sneakers until 5 and raise this up because people do not like to be barefoot. Deformed shapes in the spaceship's fuel tank. It's still intact. Could have precious liquid. Sure, let's try it. And you got scrap metal. Alright, could be worse. I'm getting really unlucky on the expedition RNG. I've played this quite a few times, and I am surprised I haven't been given CPU cores. I'm hoping to be able to salvage it, because it's not letting me get the research from expeditions. Having run, like, what, 5 or 6 of them now? It's kind of ridiculous. Because I certainly don't need more scrap metal. I have 500 of it. Is there a game I've been playing in my own time for fun that I don't stream? So there's games that I play that I don't stream, but most of them I play in order to learn to stream. Purely for fun? Honestly, not really. There we go, finally! CPU core research I have read how CPU cores are produced. I think I should be able to possibly research them without a sample. You didn't think of this earlier? Okay, cool. So that's going right now. Yeah, I would say I don't get a lot of free time. I'm a new father. I have a 6-month-old, so a lot of my free time goes to him for obvious reasons. And then I have a lot of other real life stuff going on that keeps me extremely busy. Even though I have a really busy streaming schedule, you know, bills need to get paid and all. But if I had hypothetically a little bit more free time, I would love to play maybe some Deep Rock Galactic, or I've been meaning to sort of catch up on some of the updates to Project Zomboid, because I really haven't been able to check out some of the newest updates. I do know that a lot of the newest branch is a little bugged and has some issues, and I'd like for those issues to be worked out if I return to playing it for content. There are some games on the horizon that I'm looking forward to, though. So I'm hopeful. Ooh, there we go. Salvaging 7 electronic components. So this is why salvage is such a powerful tool, because you'll get rare resources very effectively salvaging the spaceship debris. So that's awesome. Every Zomboid branch is a little bugged. Yeah, like right now, you know, you can't even deconstruct cars, for instance. Like, propane is broken entirely, and there's some other, like, super big bugs. But that, I mean, you know, whatever. That's of every game has their issues. It's not a complaint. It's just chatting. All right, take a look at my foods. Meat and vegetables are really good. Oils and fats are not so good because Simon's been really busy. So I might need to put someone on that. But I also don't have insect meat. So if I wanted those fats, I would need to extract it from red meat, which I can do because I have enough red meat, and surely Han can source red meat easily. But right now it's full steam ahead on the CPU research. For Quinn, at least. I might... Yeah, I think I'm actually going to put either... I'm going to put Lara on research as well. Or Han. Well, Han enjoys salvage, so I'm going to keep him on salvage. So Lara does not enjoy salvage, so I'm going to put her on research when she's not farming. So that I push ahead further on the research tree. Ooh, more electronics. That is awesome. One of the other things that I can do with the electronics, if I spent a minute, is to get something like solar, so that I don't have to burn fuels, because the initial fuels that I salvaged are eventually going to run out, and then I'm going to have to spend manpower manufacturing them, which takes time and effort and energy. So that might be something I want to invest in, is to get renewable energy resources. But CPUs first. So I'll go CPU and then solar. Have I heard anything about them adding NPCs to Project Zomboid? Yeah, they intend to. The way they're doing it is they're adding animals first. So the next big patch of Project Zomboid is going to introduce animal husbandry, animal taming, and rearing and all that stuff. And that is the first step to working towards human NPCs, where human NPCs is the eventual goal. Alack bing. All right. But yeah, the next large update is going to include animal taming and animal NPCs, which is pretty cool. And if you check their dev blog, you can see some of their progress, because it's well documented. So, what can I do? Oh, you're flirting on Quinn. How does Han like people? Doesn't. He likes Quinn, sort of. Simon is romantically interested in Quinn, but Quinn unrequited. Lara really likes Simon, but I don't know if Simon is bi or gay. I don't know if there's a way to tell sexuality. I'm not really sure. Maybe it's in a wiki somewhere, but I don't know. So as soon as I have CPU research done, I'll make a CPU chip with Simon, and that will unlock the ability to research automated turrets, which is huge. That's a big, very important survival research. Probably the most important in the game. And another one that I'm really going to want is carbon nanotubes, but I'm going to get that after I get solar. Because solar is going to be a little bit more important, I think. Almost there. What's Simon's skills at now? He's much happier than he was this morning. That's good. And his skills are up to 6. It's pretty good. So CPU assembly is done. First order of business, get one. Do until, let's say, I have 4. Raise it up above electronics. And then, as soon as he stashes that shirt away, what are your needs right now? You're fine. Yeah, go make a CPU core, because it's real important. No wind power? Yeah, I'm going to wait until Carbon Wind, probably. Carbon Wind. One of the issues with wind power, actually one of the issues with power generation in general, is periods of rain, in particular, are very low wind and very low solar. So if you rely on renewable power, there are times when your power basically bottoms out during rainstorms, and the carbon wind turbines generate more power in low wind scenarios than regular wind turbines. So I like to hold out if I can. I don't have the breakthrough for better solar, so I'm just gonna settle for the regular solar panels because I would like to start. I would like to move away from burning diesel continually. So what I might need to do here is to double up my batteries so that I can store more power, and then get a little bit of a solar grid going. Dupon's auto-equip new gear only when they become like, no, basically no. You kind of have to tell them what to wear, which is fine. Quinn, don't salvage. Make the solar. And we have aggressive animals. These are going to be a little annoying for me to deal with the flame. So I'm going to see if I can't get the drop on them and hunt them with Han. Because he has the advantage. It's nighttime, so it's not great, but it might be possible. Yeah, kill shot. And then for him to run away, and then do it again. He only has a 25% chance for kill shot if they are aware of him, but if they're unaware of him, it's like 100%. So going to... I'm sorry, I'm going to stress you out. I don't really care. I don't want these spiked tails to rip me up. So going to go back and forth and... Oh, good. Good. They got in a fight with the raptors. What are you doing? Shoot it. Oh god, this just made this whole fight inconsequential entirely. Done. Threat over. Dear lord, that's just ridiculous. CPU cores is done, so stop what I'm doing and research automated turrets. Once Quinn builds the more of the electrical grid. Because right now this solar panel is not even hooked up to anything. No, it is. It must be close enough to this. Yeah, it's close enough to this to be wired to the pole. Yeah, that was pretty OP, and it was really lucky that the Raptors jumped into that fight. Because if the Raptors hadn't jumped into that fight, I would have to go back and forth over and over. But then I saw the opportunity, and I was like, dibs! Now I could take red meat off of that. Yeah, true. I was only going to make one more batch, though. Because I only wanted 50, and I already had 40, so it wasn't a big deal. But thanks for reminding me. So let's see about turning off the diesel. And right now, I am producing 40, consuming 37. But we're going to want to add more production so I can top up the batteries during the day. And then have them drain slowly overnight. Nice. I also have no more electronics from all of that, but that's a pretty good use of my electronics, I think. So, this will be full in 1 day, 19 hours. That's not great, but... oh, this is not... Yeah, that's not connected. So, let's put another pole over there. No more T-space. Yep, that's gonna be a bit of a problem, ain't it? I guess, because I have space in here for... What am I storing in this? Animal fats? So I'm just going to stick my animal fats in the freezer instead of the shelf. Because I've been very economical about what I'm storing in the freezer. In fact, yeah, very economical about it. Time for a bigger base? There's a reason why I'm holding out on that. Very good reason. I won't spoil it for you, but it's why I haven't moved on it yet. So we're researching automated turrets. That seems right to me. Okay. Make sure everybody's doing something useful. Salvage is still really good because there's a chance of me getting more electrical components, which would help to expand my power grid. So here's the big numbers that you have to worry about, is the empty in and the full up. So my battery's empty in about a day and 9 hours, so it will last until tomorrow morning, no problem. And then tomorrow I should check how long it takes to fill up. Basically, what is my power? So right now my charge is, let's say, about 1100. And tomorrow night at 9 p.m. I should check the charge to see if it's above 1100 or below 1100, because if it's below 1100, then I'm going to need additional solar panels. Alright, I am being warned over and over and over that I have a clothing deficit incoming, so I might need to pause some of the queues here so that Simon focuses on clothing. There is basically no friendly fire, so Han's insta-kill is only ever a good thing, if you were wondering. I could add wind turbines. Yeah, it wouldn't be terrible. Wind turbines are actually pretty cheap in the game, pretty inexpensive. So we'll see if I need it. I'm going to run the calculations first, and then if I need it, I'll add it. One of my arguments against it is wind turbines are very variable, and they're hard to rely upon, which is why sometimes I do have a diesel generator that I can flick on and off when I brown out, but the wind turbines are very variable, whereas the solar panels are very dependable. Solar panels will always, given no special weather conditions like dust storms, etc., they will always put out the same amount of power every day. That way you can sort of balance your network, whereas the wind, it's sometimes there's no wind, sometimes there's wind, sometimes there's a lot of wind, and you can't even store the power. So it's a lot harder to... It requires more micromanagement, and I don't want to dedicate the brain power to it. So yeah, that would be my argument. Batteries are still a pain in the butt, yeah. There are, and unfortunately they're expensive, but there are ways to set up low battery sensors. So a low battery sensor you can set up to be like, when battery power is at like 15%, turn on the diesel generator to reduce the amount of micromanagement that is required. But the low battery sensors require CPU cores, as does thermometers, as does daylight sensors. So, you know, if you have a ton of CPU cores, you can set up daylight sensors to be like, when it's nighttime, turn on diesel generators or turn on power cell generators or something like that. But those things are locked behind CPU cores, and CPU cores are, like I said, really expensive at the moment. And I only have one of them, so it's not practical for me to go that route. What is practical is just to add another solar panel. I think one more solar panel will be pretty... I think that's the sweet spot at the moment. Oh, Meteor Rain. This is actually probably a good thing. Meteor Rain brings additional ores. Not that I've mined up any of these ores yet. In fact, Emmeline, how about you mine over Scavenge? And then... bring me those ores. So this is bringing down ore deposits, mostly, for me to mine up. Dead Squall, thank you for the resub. Where'd that one land? Oh, kind of far away. They terrain deform, so they're easy to see. And, they're hard to echolocate, though. But, I mean, I'll find them when I need them. So, over here in the furnace here, I'm going to smelt ores forever. I also killed the old scrap metal queue. I can put it back if I need it. I have so much scrap metal that it's pretty practical to keep doing it, but as long as I have ores, and given that I just had a meteor shower, I'm going to probably have a lot of ores for a while. There's no use of ores other than to smelt it into metals, whereas scrap metal has a lot of other building uses, like building buildings and shelters and structures and production facilities and all that stuff. Yoda fan, love the name. Here, thank you for the resub. And there you go, your daily dose of Yoda. It's, this game is like RimWorld crossed with The Sims, I would say. Someone said that earlier. Ooh, I scavenged CPU cores, that is awesome. Or salvaged, rather. Scavenge is the first pass, and then salvage is the second pass. So, you scavenge first, and then once you're done scavenging, you salvage. And then once it's salvaged, it disappears. So, salvage can yield the fun stuff. I didn't check my battery charge, but I think I'm gaining per day, not losing per day. So that's on par. ALS Gamer, thank you for the resub. And HK for gifting not a sub. Welcome all. And Dead Squall for gifting. Hey, look at this. Random encouragement. A little late for coffee, but whatever. Cheers, dudes. especially given that the random gifted sub was to Caffeine Spirit. Caffeine Spirit, you're officially my spirit animal. You'd think it'd be Yoda, but I'm actually his spirit animal, and it only works one way. It's awkward, right? So now that I have CPU cores, the current priority, I should have updated this a while ago, get turrets. Apparently, Han is more... I mean, he's like the ultimate turret. I don't even think we... Did we butcher those? Oh, yeah, we did. I wasn't even looking. With Han, I don't even... I like... Yeah, whatever. I still want turrets. And then after I get turrets, I'm probably going to want concrete fortifications, because one without the other is not that useful. Another thing I want to be on the lookout for, especially given that I have Han, is insect hives. So I'm going to do a quick survey here. So there's a nest over here, but that's really far away from the base. I'd like a closer nest if possible. And the RNG for this random seed is not great. These nests might be a little closer. Barely. There's all this craggy rock around me, which stops nest formations. Which means I have to run really far for nests, which is a bummer. I didn't notice that at the start, but that's a big detractor of this seed. So I think I'll call it east. The ones out this way are closest, which is too bad because they're still super, super far away. In a good mood, so figured why not? Well, thank you. I appreciate your the generosity of your good mood. Okay. At least I have 5 shirts and 4 trousers. Han's clothing... I'm gonna reduce this count to 4 because Han arrives... Anytime you add a random person, they'll arrive with in perfectly intact clothing. So I don't really need to address his needs. He actually came with a jacket and a baseball cap, which is more than what my crash landed have. So we're good on that front. Han, I could use more meat to go shoot these creatures. Hey, look, they I think they took out, yeah, these dromedaries murdered 2 of the long-tailed reptiles. Power to the herbivores, man. Although, if you've ever seen a camel fight in real life, oh my god. Those are some powerful creatures. Camels are just like I saw a video a long time ago on like Reddit that was a camel like picking up a donkey and snapping its neck and like throwing it. And I was like, oh, didn't realize, I mean, I guess they're big like moose, but I didn't realize they were like aggressive like that. No, I guess I did. I didn't know they were capable of that kind of damage, is what I should say. Because it was a lot of damage. Is raw ore a material that decays? I doubt it. Oh, no. No, it doesn't. Okay, so ore can be on this stockpile. Smoke signals. I am not going to go out just yet, because I am so close to getting out of mid-turrets. I'm going to... Ooh, power cells. Awesome. Power cells will... As soon as I get weaponsmithing, which is something I've neglected up until now, will allow me to start making laser pistols. And weaponsmithing is really quick, so I'll get that over Concrete Fort. Because I haven't really needed to defend myself all that much. Whoa! Well, speaking of the gift train, ALS Gamer, as always, man, I'm out of coffee, but you, sir, bankroll the channel. You and a bunch of other angel investors, or in this case, gifters. Cheers, dude. I hope Thanksgiving was kind to you, man. What was I doing? Turrets. So speaking about base defenses, a little bit of theory here. Automated guns is by far and above the easiest way to defend your base, unless you have a Han in your pocket, which you can't always rely upon. And they're going to keep your colonies productive. You could, hypothetically, just make a lot of guns and try to shoot every potential incoming wave. And on harder difficulties, the waves get ridiculous. Like on insane difficulty, you're fighting a wave almost every day. I've played in insane difficulty. The reason why I didn't want to do it for this stream is your progress is a lot slower and you start off with like 4 meals or whatever. But my point being, if you don't want to have to spend most of your time micromanaging combat, automated defenses is where it's at. And what you're going to want is to overlap your automated defenses so that if one creature is attacking the wall that guards a turret, that you have another turret that can shoot that. That way you don't have any blind spots. Trying to minimize blind spots are really important. Most animals or most enemies or whatever are going to come in to your entrances. As you saw on my waves, most creatures come in the front, but you can't rely upon that. You can always design it so that you have mostly front-facing guns, and then you clean up the rest of your fight with equipped raiders or equipped colonists that have guns. I mean, that's a tactic that's probably going to pan out and work fairly well as well. But yeah, so speaking about that, what you're going to want to do is to plan out the layout of your defenses. So let's say I have my entrance coming in here. What I could do is build a big wall around it and try to filter all the creatures in, minimizing blind spots. So I'll show you what that would look like. But before I do any of that, what I could do is just get a machine gun, because you can move them for free. So get just like a machine gun and a laser. I don't particularly like the rocket launchers. You can use them if you want, but I find that they might be good at crowd control, but a lot of the times their shots miss, and you have to manually use them, and they're kind of annoying. So I just don't bother. Just my 2 cents. So I'm just going to set up 2 guns here, and... Oh, I already have weaponsmithing. So let's get concrete fortifications. Oh, whoops. Hang on. There we go. No, wait, come back. So I ran out of space to store stuff because I'm getting so much scrap from the ships. So I'm setting up another stockpile. I said that was all the space I was going to need, and I lied to you, so I apologize. I didn't expect to have 600 scrap, because that's a kind of a legitimately absurd amount. Rockets shouldn't be a defense anyway, you'll just blow up your own stuff. Yeah, luckily there isn't that kind of like splash damage, but it is not a particularly useful, in my opinion, turret compared to the other two. Lasers are, so the difference between these two, machine guns do more damage, but they have a limited range, and lasers do less damage, but they have a larger range, so you can click on them and see the ranges here. The lasers are really good at locking onto air targets, though. So they're pretty good at air defense. I like mixing them. I don't know. They're pretty equivalent to one another. I wouldn't say one is necessarily better than the other, so I use both. Plus, it's just fun to have, like, bullets and lasers. I don't know. That's the child in me, I guess. Good. I can choose. I'm going to wear my clothes out until they're basically falling off my body. So that's the way to min-max it. And Emmeline, or Han, actually. I'm going to have Han do a little delivery tomorrow so I can clean up my shelves. Putting them on an elevated position does help targeting. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get concrete fortifications so that I can design for that purpose. Because I want to lay out my initial wall even if I don't have the resources to physically build it. Because there is no planning tools in the game. But the way I would advise you to build your turrets is you can hold Z, or not hold, but click Z or X. X would be raising levels to build platforms to put your turrets on the elevated platforms, because that's going to help out a lot. There'll still be blind spots right next to the platform, so there's no way to avoid those kind of blind spots, which is why you want them overlapping. So once I have concrete fortifications set up, I will start showing the sort of defense design concepts. And that should be pretty soon as Quinn finishes the shelves. Thank you for watching Stranded: Alien Dawn Desertum, which originally streamed live on Twitch December 12th and December 13th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhodomont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhodomont.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. I hope you enjoyed this series, and I hope to catch you in an upcoming series or an upcoming stream. Thank you so very much for watching. Farewell.